Hello, everyone, and welcome back to JaianMusic Notes. In this podcast, I peel back the layers of my anime music covers and explore their art and their emotional pulse. And today, I'm so excited because we're jumping into a new universe. We're going into Jujutsu Kaisen, a very special song from Jujutsu Kaisen. The supernatural, the emotionally charged world of this anime. It's everything. I'll be deep diving into my cover of Our Mission, a track that's rhythmically stimulating, emotionally refined, and texturally celestial. It's one of the more intricate covers I've done from a rhythmic standpoint, and it sits perfectly between ambient orchestration and precise motion. Before we get into all that, I want to thank today's sponsor, Laser Audio Technologies. If you use code JaianMusic at checkout, you get 30% off your purchase. They make professional grade tools for composers, sound designers with their creative effects plugins. And every purchase from that code goes straight back into the show, such as GoPro Keo, who does all of the artwork for JaianMusic Notes. Please go give him a mission. Please go give him a follow as well. Do not give him a mission. Sorry. I'm jumping the gun. Getting really excited here. So Our Mission is part of the original soundtrack of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's composed by Yoshimasa Terui and has intensely dynamic and emotionally textured feelings to it. A track appears in the show and is often used during scenes of teamwork and builds conflict, I find. Unlike the more chaotic battle themes, Our Mission carries a forward-driving urgency without fully exploding. It represents moments of clarity before impact. The instrumentation is very sacred to me. It's very evolving, and you'll notice that during the sequences, it's always like a precursor to a setup, a big moment. Not necessarily a big combat track. It's a purpose track. The music of resolve, of quiet intensity, of shared objectives. Thus the name Our Mission. This is all my opinion, by the way. I just feel the song to be like that. Let's get into the actual breakdown here. So, as I said, lots of movement here. So, I wanted to make it feel human. And to me, in my personal opinion, MIDI humanization can get you there. I know a lot of producers who disagree with this, but to me, it works. The original already has a great pulse, so I leaned into humanizing every note to give it a more intentional variation in timing and velocity. The goal to make it breathe a little bit more, to make it feel like it was more handcrafted. Use a lot of textural bells and piano layers for this one. The first half of the track introduces bell-like tones and multiple piano figures that weave in and out of each other rhythmically. I didn't just layer sounds. I created like conversational polyrhythms almost. Each instrument takes its turn leading, responding, and hovering over the next. Everything is soaked in different types of reverbs that are giving it that celestial feel, but the clarity of each rhythm stays sharp. I wanted the ambient aspect to float but never lose its footing. And in the second half, halfway through the song, you get this like broken type of rhythm that just kind of like keeps your attention. And then a more streamlined rhythm comes in. This represents, in my opinion, a less abstract version. The first half is more dreamy. The second half marches forward. The rhythm tightens. We kind of lock in, and you go from looking at the stars to walking with purpose. And the reason why I say it fits in this ambient orchestral pocket I like to be in is because it's delicate. It's part ambient and it's part orchestral. And there are no big brass sections, no major strings, just reverberant melodies, chamber-like textures, and a sense of spatial storytelling. The ambient side brings the emotion, the orchestral form gives it structure, so it fits on sheet music, it makes sense, it has a musical purpose, a musical identity. But honestly, this song really gave me a good feeling of I like the anime music covers that I do. I like what I do. This is one of those I made a right turn in life making this cover right now type of moments for me. And choosing Our Mission for a single was a deliberate move. Jujutsu Kaisen has plenty of explosive cues that I've covered before. I was more interested in the underlying pulse of the show, the parts where decisions are made, burdens are accepted, and teamwork is forming silently. And that's why this track closes on resolution, not on climax. I didn't want to end on a bang. I wanted to end on a sense of shared purpose. Just like the show emphasizes the emotional threads that hold the characters together, this cover represents that unity. So if you haven't listened to my version of Our Mission yet, it's out on all streaming services, linked in the description. It's one of the most rhythmically nuanced and emotionally restrained covers I've done as of late, and it's definitely worth a listen with headphones. Listen, I appreciate anyone who takes the time to listen to these episodes. And this podcast is a labor of love. I love talking about this music. I love making this music. And I love Laser Audio Technologies for offering me a sponsorship. So please, if you're into music, if you like creating, if you are cut from the same cloth I am cut, go give it a chance. Just try one plugin, one creative effect, and use code JaianMusic at checkout to get 30% off. It directly supports the podcast, such as GoPro Kyo, like I said at the beginning. His links are in the description. Make sure to follow the podcast in your favorite podcatcher. Make sure to give us a 5-star review. And you can follow me on social media at JaianMusic. And JaianMusic.com is my website. Next week, more deep dives, more breakdowns. And until then, this has been JaianMusic Notes. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.